Good morning and welcome to my channel. This is Mrs. Greenthumb and I have some exciting news to bring. I wasn't expecting this. I thought the butterfly, and we were naming it after my husband Bruce, would be born like tomorrow the next day, but it popped out sometime this morning, and when we woke up it was there hanging. So I've moved it to the other cage and there we go. The first one started, and now we'll wake every so often, every consecutive days, like tomorrow the next day I should have another one. So this is really exciting for me. You know, it's come a long way, and now I got my first one. I'm going to obviously let the wings dry out. As you can see, I did a video, I'll show you in a minute, that you have to let it dry out. The wings, you know, they take at least a good day to dry out, where they'll stretch them. And you know, it's took a lot for it to be hatched, so it's like exhausted right now. So it's, you know, a good day, and I always make sure they're all healthy, flying well before I release them. And I don't know if it's, I left it alone. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but it looks like it's probably a female, but I'm not sure. And yes, like I said, if it's a girl, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be released under the person's name. So even if it's a girl, I'm calling it still Bruce and the different names that I released the butterflies onto. So very, very exciting day. I wasn't planning on coming this morning, but as soon as I saw this, I said, I'm coming back. Like I said, my word's good. I said, I'm going to come back when there's changes, and this is a major change for me. So very exciting. Now I know it's you know, it's just probably one person who's listening to me at this moment, and thank you so much for that. But I just want to get it out there, and people, if you're not here, can always rewatch the updates of what's going on with my, you know, with what's going on with the Monarch Butterfly on my channel. So thank you for the like, whoever gave it to me. If I appreciate that. And so I'll be just staying on for a little while, and if it's not too busy, I'll get off in about a half an hour. But if people come in, then I'll stay for about an hour, and I will update as each time. If another one's born, I'm gonna probably come back again and just update how the things are going, if I can. So here's Peter. Isn't it exciting? Thank you for coming. If it's you, thank you. Look that's my first one. So like I said, I will name butterflies once I have 10 people. Like I have different people that passed away in my life, in my family, and then I'm going to start naming the others after. I'm trying to get more right now. Hopefully I'll have 9. I have some in different stages of butterflies. Oh, thank you. I enjoyed your ad, watchful ad. It was an insurance ad and clicked on it. Oh, thanks very much, Peter. Yeah, I'm so excited. I wasn't planning on coming on here today, Peter. I thought it was going to be born, so it tells me that the average is about 11 days, but this one took 10 days to be born. So here's a video. It has to stay still. That's what they do. They stay still to let and every so often they'll slowly open their leaves up so they don't stick. And I'm just letting it do its thing to dry up. And I have flowers at the bottom. But here's the video I put on. I just did that like 5 minutes ago and came on. So here is the actual video of me going out in the garage. So I pulled it out of the other cage next to it where all the chrysalids are, and put it right in here. Put some flowers at the bottom. So it's very exciting for me. That's the first one. Good morning, Susan Doll. Hi, look at how exciting. You know I'm excited when I get butterflies being born, so this was super excited. I actually, my husband, well, he was all excited too. It's really funny seeing how involved he's getting with me. He goes, it's born, it's born. Like a little kid, he got all excited telling me. So it looks nice and healthy. Yeah, look at the wings. I was checking it out. It looks like a good one. And so it just, thanks, Susan. That my first baby, and that's it could be a girl because I don't see the dots, but I have to open up the wings to see. I'm gonna get it rest. You know, it takes a lot to be born, so I'm letting it rest, and then later on when I see the wings starting to open up and everything, then I'll probably check to see if it's a boy or girl. But it doesn't matter. It's still, that's the one for my husband. So, but he was so excited to see it. It was funny. All right, I'll be right back. I have to clean it.
There are 2 of these that they alternate from day to day.
coffee. Alright, I need to keep track of how long it takes. No, not yet, Cliff. It's not you. You have to wait your turn. That's my husband. Oh, is it exciting, Leanne? I hope so. It's exciting for me. I don't know if you guys are excited, but it's exciting to me. So let me show you what this little guy's been through. So we'll show. This is the order of it. Was it the order of it? Let me see. No, that's the second. So it started out there, and we'll go back to the main one. But you guys, I'm just showing you the stages because I think it's kind of cool where it came from. These are eggs. Not all of them will hatch, and I'll just do like a recap, but I'm not going to talk too much. I just want to show you this is how I start them, and then we go to there's different stages, and they're all separated. Cliff, you are not touching my yummy little beautiful thing. No. And then those are little tiny ones. I lost two. I don't know where they are. So I might have, sometimes they die along the way, the little teeny ones. So I'm trying to really be cautious of them. I actually move them to make sure they get fed enough. You can hardly see these. There they are. See, there they are. But trust me, they're hard to see off screen. So there's the different sections. There's my list right there. And there's the 3 more. I put them in a bigger container because I think they were having a hard time. Relax, I just want I'll let you deal with my husband. How's that? Because he was super excited. He woke me up. I was like sleeping, and he's the first one to go outside. We have like a TV, and so he goes, sits outside and relaxes, and he like came in and woke me up to tell him how excited he was about it's born, the butterfly's born, and kept bugging me. So he woke me up, and I got up there and moved it over to the other cage like I said I was going to do. And like I said, I learn every year. I learn different things to pass on with information. The more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more knowledgeable you are with it. So that's repeating itself. So let's go to there. And then that's the second part where they went to the chrysalis. Is that your pick up line? Your pickup line. Different types of monarch butterfly. Tigers, milkweed, monarchs, wanderers. Butterflies in the tiger butterfly tribe. So you can start seeing it out brown. I'm too worried about those two. But the one right there, I'll show you. This is the one that was born. You can see it started to turn brown. I said that was the first one to go, so it's on the left. Right, it's coming up. Yeah, that's the one. Right here, that first one, the brown one. That's the one that was born. You can see how it turned brown, and it was ready to come. So that, I don't know, this is really exciting for me. Very super exciting. So I'm just going to switch the videos to as people come in or whatever. And there's the one as of today. So trying to show you, I put flowers at the bottom. I picked fresh flowers for it because it's going to need the flowers. And I actually, I might feed it too, because I always feed it like a mixture of honey and water before I release them. So that one's a cool one to do, but I might start not doing it all the time. I'm only going to do it if it starts to get closer to the weather, September, October. That's when you need to feed them because the flowers aren't around. But right now, if I release them, the flowers are around, so they have plenty of food to travel on their way. But I just picked my marigolds and my hydrangeas out for it, and I have some zinnias, which I did a quick film on my camera that I might put up later, that in the butterfly area, how they really hang around the butterfly bush, the milkweed, and zinnias. They really like zinnias flowers. Some are the monarch butterflies common along the east coast of Australia. Yeah, I heard that. I know about that, Peter. You know why I know? Because who was it that... Was it you that told me? Somebody from Australia, maybe it was you, and I said I didn't know they had monarch butterflies, and then I started researching it, and I went, I didn't know they were in Australia. No, it wasn't you, it was somebody else. And so I went to research it, and what happened was the reason you have butterflies in monarch in Australia is they were from North America, and somebody moved them to Australia in the 1870s. Somebody took the species, brought it to Australia, and that's why you have it today, Monarch Butterfly. But it's originally from North America, which I thought was a cool little history thing. And I learned something new this year too, that I didn't even know that monarchs was in Australia. So that to me was kind of cool to learn that. Now let's see if I get a male, because that would be new to me this year. I want to get a male butterfly, and I also would be really cool one year is to get the white butterfly, the white monarch, which I learned that 2 years ago, that existed, a white monarch butterfly, which I didn't know. So the odds are higher to get a white one, but it does exist, and I've seen them now. So I can't wait to see if I get one of those. But they're all the only thing is I'm not keeping them captured. I was watching a video, and they kept it captured so they can have it breed with other whites and eventually have a pure white monarch butterfly. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact of, if you breed it, that's fine, but release them. Don't breed them and keep them in captivity. I don't agree with that. Unless it's a dying breed and you need to keep them alive, I agree with that part. But just to do it as like a hobby, that's not my thing. I agree with that. I don't think you should have it in your house just to have it as a hobby. You know. Leanne, you come here often. Is that your pickup line, Cliff? I'm glad you're having fun with each other. Yeah, they are light. Yeah, white monarchs are really white. Aren't really white. They are light peachy gray in all areas that are typical orange. Their eyes aren't black like most monarchs either, but instead, yeah. Thank you, Peter. You must have just Googled that or something. But yeah, they're called white monarchs, but they're not truly white. That's true. But I can't wait to see it for myself. Boy, that's going to be exciting. That was like the future down the road. Maybe I'll either luck in this time or maybe next time. Right now, my goal is to see if I can get one of these will be a male. That will be exciting to have a male butterfly. I want to keep a track on it. And I want to see those two. That was the one that was aggressive. I want to know what sex that one was. I'll know when they're born. They're kind of in order somewhat. I remember somewhat, like the next two is it's the two in the corner or the ones that they went in chrysalis right within the same day. So that should be the next ones coming out, but you never know. I mean, I thought this was going to take 11 days and it only took 10. So, yeah. I'm sure you do, wink, wink. So, thank you, by the way, whoever gave me the likes. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Thanks, Cliff. Let me do a little shout out to all of you. Thanks, Peter Deli. Thanks, Susan and Mr. Doughboy Cliff and Leanne. Thank you for joining me. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the encouragement, and people are here for me, so thank you. And I can't wait to get all the ones and start naming them after you guys. I will. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to get all my 10 done, and then I'm trying to get as many as I can so I could get... Hey! I'm sorry, Wanda. You actually see it live. Hi, honey. Hi there, darling. Hello. How are you doing? I hope your journeys are well and you're safe, my darling friend. You know, first time I always catch you on the video part of it, and I don't see you here. So thank you so much. I'm happy to have all of you, so don't get me wrong. I appreciate everybody coming. But I haven't, Wanda normally leaves stuff on my videos, and I haven't seen her. Well, here, Juana, these people have been so gracious to come all the time. They've seen these videos, but this is, I'm going to show you, because it's the first time, I want to show you the different videos that I've created. Okay, so this should be, is this one? That's one. This is, males have a small, yeah, they have 2 black dots on them, and I will show you. I know what they look like. I've never had one yet. But, yeah, absolutely, Peter. Thank you for that, being informative for my channel, and, yeah, thank you. I can't wait. I'm hoping, like I said, I have 10 people that I'm releasing under, and then after that, I'm going to, put it out for whoever attends my channel. And the first one to come, this is how I'm going to do it. The first one to come to my live stream after I do the 10 is going to be the next one I release it under, whoever comes first. And then if there's more than one, whatever, second. So that's how I'm going to do it. So this is all right, so there's the list, and there is, these are different stages, and they've all seen it before. And thank you guys for, I'm repeating this, and I will every time I do a live stream so that people kind of see the stages and everything that haven't been in my channel. If you're, I'm just going to talk throughout the whole stuff, and if you got any questions or whatever, just throw it out there. And cool. That's great. We have them in the backyard because of the milk. I'm happy, Susan. I'm very happy you and Cliff got some milkweed, and you're looking and you're observing. That's fantastic. You don't have to take it in if you don't want to. It is a lot of work. The more you get, like a 1 or 2 wasn't too bad, but this is a lot of work, separating the stages, feeding them every single day, cleaning their little sections, putting them in. It is quite a job for me, but I will never stop doing this. I love your experiment and to actually see the butterflies in the tent. Well, it's going to change a little bit more. I think I'm going to get one more cage. I hate calling it a cage, but netting. It's a butterfly netting. It's designed for them. But my goal would be to build one. An outdoor one is what I want. And it has to be safe so mice don't eat the netting. So I'm trying to figure out how I could do this. But that would be my ultimate goal. I would rather bring them outside and raise them outside than in my house. I think it'll be good for them if I do that in the natural conditions they have. So they will have to deal with rain and different things. I'll set up to have a roof for the top of the netting, but if water gets in, it's okay because that's kind of the condition they're under trees. Yeah, I wouldn't get them to grow too much ticks. Yeah, I hear you. Do they climb on your hand so they can release? Wait a minute. Do they climb on your hand so you can release them, or do they just? No, I'll show you. I can hold them. What a great project! What a great project for you. I'm just looking forward to that. Yeah, I like I said, I plan on doing a bigger. Like next year, I don't know if I'll do it next year. In all honesty, I have to see how it goes. But because we have other things where we have projects every year we build. But I am thinking of doing some kind of outdoor netting with a screen door and all of it be all screened in. Somehow it has to be safe, though. That's the thing, because mice will chew through netting, and I have mice issues. So, and they'll eat them. The mice will. I don't know if mice can climb netting, but they can pretty well climb a lot of things. So I don't want that to happen. So if I can find a safe way to do this, I will have it all done outside instead. I won't be putting it in my house anymore. Or the garage. I'll have it outside where it should be. It should be outside. And so they get used to all the climate out there. And then when I release them, I can just open the door and let them go. So, and Leanne, I will show you, I will film them on my hand because they do go to my hand. They've heard my voice since they've been a baby. They're not totally afraid of me. Like when I pull the other one out, it flopped a little bit, but then as soon as I put it back in the other one, it was fine. So they're familiar with our voices since the stage of really tininess. So they know that we're not going to hurt them, I think. I mean, I don't see, you'll see, I normally can feed them because they're used to it. And they're also weak, though, right at this stage. So I can put them on my hand, but they will try to fly off, too. I've done that every year, so... like I said, a wild one would probably not come anywhere near me. They won't just come to land on me, but these ones will kind of come on my hand because they're used to me. But then they go. As soon as they're like, I'm out of here, they don't stay around with me. They take off and go. And that's good. That's what I want them to do. I don't want them to stay here. I want to do their thing. All right, so this one was, so you saw that's one. Yeah, well, I'll show you. They won't necessarily come to me. They won't totally fly on my hand, but I can pick them off the netting and fly, and they'll go on my hand. Like they don't totally fly to my hand, but I will pick them up and they'll stay on my hand. And some of them, when I release them, they don't want to get off my hand for a while. They're kind of a little shy, I guess. They're not comfortable taking off. And then I kind of have to put them on a flower to let them be comfortable, and then I let them, eventually they'll fly away. So some will just run out the door as soon as, like a teenager. Some are ready to move out of your house and some aren't. So if you open the door and they run out, that's fine. And then the other ones are a little bit uncomfortable, so they stay on my hand, and then when they're ready, they just fly off my hand. Or I'll put them on a flower. And then from the flower, they wait till they're ready and their wings are all set, and then they take off. I have to keep an eye on them and make sure that their wings are really dry before I let them go. Like, I always make sure I practice with them. I let them fly to the cage. Like, I take them out, and I'll let them fly to the netting, and then they fly back. And then I'll know when they're strong enough, they'll almost take off on me. So I know when they're ready to go. I'm worried about those two, and we'll see what happens with the two of them. I might have to get another one. If there's ones that are wounded, I'm going to keep them until they die, which is really hard, but that's what I do. So I'm afraid of two of them. So I might get a third one cage, and that one's going to probably stay in my house with me until they pass away, because I have no choice. They'll die in nature if their wings aren't right. And I'm not setting something free that's not healthy and be eaten by a bird or whatever. I've seen that happen. Birds and everything else go after them, but they really shouldn't touch them, because their wings are poisonous, right? Like, so when I handle them, I wash my hands after, but they're also, because they have a powdery film that's actually poisonous on monarch butterflies. And so, the wings are really delicate, that you can actually damage the wings if you're not careful with them. So I try to be careful, and then I try to put them back, and then I'll wash my hands with soap and water, so that, I'm not touching anything. Because there is a chemical part. They have a powdery film that is poisonous. I mean, I don't think it's poisonous. It won't kill me, but I mean, I don't take chances with that. So then I'm gonna switch it to the next one. Here's the one for today. And as you can see, I put some fresh flowers on the bottom of this one. And I like showing it like this because, you know what? I used to do videos on it, but I'm kind of liking this because it shows you I'm doing it that day. It shows I actually do this, and it shows the stages and everything else. So it's kind of nice doing it live like this. Look how pretty. Those are my marigolds I grew from seed, and I have I'm going to put some zinnias I got from seed I grow. They absolutely love it. I have everything on there. That's my husband's board here. Maple Leafs is his team. But if you look, we have plates of Arizona. I didn't know they had yeah, it is. There's a kind of a powdery film on their wings. So Maple Leafs is, yeah, and look, you got Arizona, Ontario, Vancouver, everywhere we go. We just started that when we went to Arizona, but technically I'm going to wherever I travel to, if States, Canada, another country, I'm going to try to get the license plates. So we started doing that. So you can see it's Ontario, Vancouver. I think there's a Winnipeg one over there. No, Alberta. See, that's where my daughter's from. I found an Alberta one for him. Arizona, Maple Leafs. There's just different signs of, that's our wall. We're putting, wherever we travel, we're putting license plates to it. So that's looks good. The wing was a little bit wrinkled. I was keeping an eye on it, but it's not dry yet. So it takes like probably about a day to totally dry. It'll stretch its wings out. And you'll know it'll start flopping. When it's ready, the wings will be dry. And it'll flop, and it'll fly all over in there when it's in the mood to. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's my kind of thing we started. I said I kind of buy them for my husband for a thing because he liked it. Our neighbor, I think, had one. We were buying one for our neighbor. He has it in his garage, and then my husband liked the idea, and I said, you want to get license plates? And so I would go out of my way to go to antique stops or whatever to try to find one. And the red one from Alberta was from actually an antique shop that I bought. It'll repeat itself, but you see the one in red on the right. You see it through there. It says Alberta. That was like at an antique shop I found for him, and it's 2000. I don't know what year it says on it, but so he's a fan of Maple Leafs. That's Toronto Maple Leafs. He likes that. He likes the Toronto Maple Leafs for hockey. Hey, Tim. Hello. Here, Paul. I haven't heard that word for a long time. Hello. So, what else do I got in here? Like I said, you guys are keeping me company, so I'm not going to go any longer than an hour. I promise you that. I get gabbing and I start talking and I stay a little longer, but yeah, I was wondering how you found them. Nice. Yeah, antique shops will find license plates, and that's in the States too. The Arizona plate, it was at a souvenir shop. I found that one when I went to Arizona. I would have had them all. I would have had, I don't know, we just started with it, and then I went, cool to see the Pupa as a, Pupa, yeah. I haven't been real active. It's okay, Tim. I have said this tons of times. I'm not upset that I don't see people for a long time. It's kind of nice seeing you again. So don't ever think that you're not. Everybody's wanted, no matter when. If I don't see you for a year, 2 years, and you come back, you're always welcomed. It doesn't matter. And I will continue being me, talking about butterflies once a year and talking about gardening throughout the rest of the year. I have lots of gardening videos to put up, trust me, with editing and all that. But and I have some exciting ones that to prove it, because I've taken my growing and made them longer. So I've actually taken it from a seed to actually growing it into the fruit, which takes a long time. It's not something that takes, but I am happy to introduce 3 things that I did. Now, one doesn't look too, I'm not finished with one, but there's stuff in containers. I can't wait to show you the videos on the containers. Right now I have tomatoes, the little teeny teaspoon tomatoes growing, and I have tons of them. And then I have the jalapeno pepper growing really well. And I have my green pepper, by the way. I'm going to videotape that one. I don't think I'll turn it into a video, but that pepper is the one that I've had for 4 years. I actually added some more of the organic fertilizer, and I have 4 big peppers to that plant that's 4 years old that I bring in the house. Can't wait to show you the stuff in the gardening part of this. Seriously. And my gourd, I haven't seen gourds, but they're growing. I've seen a baby Amish melon, but it's not too big. The potatoes are doing way better. I mean, the experiment didn't work, the hay part of it, but I have potatoes growing. Which another thing I'm observing is really cool is the potatoes. I think depending on the kind of potato, the flower is different colors, which I didn't know. Hey, hello, Draco's Dragon. Hello. So, the potato flower for one of them is white. So I'm going to see, is it a white potato? Why I got white flowers? And then I know I have the purpley kind of potato too in there, and I got a purpley kind of pink flower. So I don't know if you guys knew that. I didn't know that the flower changes color depending on the kind of potato. So see, I'm just telling you, it's just exciting. All this stuff I learn all the time on the gardening part of it too. So it's cool. The hay was not a good idea for what I did. That was kind of sad and depressing that it rotted out the potatoes. But once I pulled all that hay out and left very little of it, and I dug the potatoes in, the ones I saved from not being rotten, I shoved them in the ground, not too deep. Now the potatoes look pretty cool. I'm having all like, you know, the tall flower part of it, like the green. So did anybody know that though? I bet you Tim, did you know that, Tim? Because you're a gardener. Did you know that potatoes, depending on the kind of potato, the flower is a different color? Because this is the first time I actually grew potatoes like this, like paying attention to knowing that the flower will give it away what kind of potato you have. So anybody know that? Yeah, you did know that. I figured you did. I didn't pay attention. I've grown potatoes, but not into the way I'm growing them now. I have a lot more my whole garden bed is going to be for potatoes next year and this year, and I experiment with putting different things in the ground for potatoes. Then I'll be working with tomatoes, what I put in the ground for tomatoes and all the stuff. Did you ever? So what is the color? Was the flower blue? That's what I'd like to know. Sorry, I'm going to switch the butterfly film again. Let's move it around so that you guys don't get bored, whoever's coming in the door. So, yeah. So, Tim, what color was the flower on the blue potatoes? I want to know, was it a blue flower? I'm curious to see this. I'm curious to see anything that I grew new. All the old stuff is great. I'm checking my seeds out. I'm testing them. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So Draco Dragon is in the building. And how is everybody doing today? Kind of purpley white. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to film everything, but I don't think I'll do it as a video. I don't know. I think I'm more like live streaming it and bringing it up like this. We'll see. But I am going to show you how many potatoes I actually get. And I probably would have got more if I didn't do the hay thing. The hay thing was a bad experiment for me. And so now I won't be doing that again because I almost didn't have any potatoes. But you know what? Sometimes you got to make mistakes to be better at gardening. That's what I think. Internet made you lag? So... yeah, we can't cross over the border. It's not totally locked down, Tim. We're in like stage 3. So, right? Are we stage 3? I'm talking to my husband right now. We're stage 3. So we're not in lockdown, but the border hasn't opened up for us to go to the States yet. I didn't practice. Thank you very much. Not till the 20th. It's our stages is not the same as the States. They agree to do 21 days. If the cases of COVID doesn't go up, that's when we'll go to stage 4. So they're always, throughout Canada, they're checking the stages of each province and everything. And if they find there's no new cases and the cases are going down, then they will start to open it up more. So if, for instance, it goes bad, they probably go the other way. But right now...
Nope. They said they're not going to go.
They're not going to. Well, according to my husband, they're not going to go the other way. Once they open up, they're going to stay open because they can't force people to take shots, which I get it. You know, that's your choice of whether you want to take it or not. But I was listening a lot to that. I didn't want to get it too much into the COVID side of it, but all the stages and all that. The border won't open until the first of the year. That's not even set for sure, Dragon. It's Dragon. It's not for sure. There's no set of borders. People news are saying that, but right now I can tell you because the Canadian side is not opening up until it's safe. Oh, thanks. Susan says congratulations on your baby. Oh, I think he went in the garage, but I'll tell him, Susan, that's his little namesake that was born. I got my list. I got to keep an eye. Because of all you guys coming, I got to make sure I have enough butterflies for everybody. I want to make sure there's enough butterflies to here for all you guys. These are the next 3 right here. These ones, is that the one? Yeah. They're not growing too big, not as big as the other ones, but that's the next stage. These 3 are another set. And then I have tinier ones than that, and then I have even really small ones. So I'm trying to get enough that everybody that comes to my live stream, I'll try to have one released for all you guys. I'm trying, but I'm only going to do it for so long because I will not raise a butterfly that I can't release in the cold weather. I won't do it because it's going to die. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have something alive so that I can't release. And I don't want to keep it. I only keep it if there's something wrong with it. That's it. Because I'm going to have to keep these in my house. If anything happens to them, they'll have to come indoors. So I'm hoping they're all going to be... There's just 2 I worry about right now. That one was clipped. Yeah, absolutely, Ann. Thank you. Going through this experience, I can really see why you don't want them at weddings. Oh, my daughter's having a boy. I'm so excited to be a papa. Congrats. That's awesome. I absolutely love good papas. See, that's where we're named Nana and Papa for my grandkids. And I absolutely love good grandpa and grandpa. Like, I want you guys, because that's what you do. You as a grandparent show the way. And if the parents aren't doing something right, then you kind of jump in and help them out to make sure the kids are raised right, as far as I'm concerned. My daughter and son-in-law are doing an awesome job. I don't have to worry. But the point is, if they didn't, I would jump in there and say something. I would. As a grandparent, that's your right. That's your right. He named, his name is Adrian. Adrian? Looks like in Rocky. That's beautiful. Yeah, congrats. It's exciting. I remember being grandparents for the first time. I was like the oldest is a granddaughter, and then I had a grandson, and I'm ecstatic about it. Oh my God. And they go through the stages where, the teenager stage, which is like, oh my God, I'd rather have my dog than a teenager, but that's what my experience is. You love your kids, and then when your grandkids come along, there's even more of a stronger love and bond to the grandkids. And then when the grandkids start to become a teenager and grow up, then you love your dogs. So your dogs are your third generation of kids, as far as I'm concerned, your dogs and cats. Because my dog is my baby right now, and so are these butterflies too. They're like little babies to me until I let them go. Yeah, and they're feisty too, little. Yeah, that's what we said. That's what we do. That's what we do, Dragon. We spoil them and then send them home. Yeah, that's what you do. That's part of being a grandparent. That's for sure. For sure. So that's exciting to you. Exciting. That's the one that was born right here. See how it turns brown? There's a light green. That's not ready, but this one I showed you. I just filmed this yesterday, and you can see how brown that one was, and that's the one today, right there. That's this one. It turns really, really brown, and then it's a big sign that it's ready to go soon. So that's fun, being a grandparent. I guess I love babies. I like little kids. I do. I've always protected them. That was since anybody who's known me on my channel knows that I'm very much into protecting kids. That was my number one thing, is making sure kids, are protected. There's no weirdos after these little children. I just want to strangle them, and I want to put all these people that are any kind of pedophile in jail, but I got to be careful with my channel. But my point is, yeah. You love butterflies too? Cool. Well, then we need to be good friends. I have a great grand and another on the way, Draco. Congratulations. Oh, you do have another one? Oh, Susan, congratulations, honey. I didn't know you have another great grandchild. Or grandchild. Wait a minute, not great. Grandchild. Sorry, I was calling great grandchild? Susan, you're too young for that. You're too young for that. Having great grandkids. I can't believe that you have great grandkids. Wow. I think you're too young. I'm too young to have great grandkids, and I don't. Thank God, I'm not in a hurry to have them. My kids are 15 and 16, and I prefer not to have grandkids or great grandkids until they're old enough. Thank you very much. In the 20s, fine, but in this age, no thanks. I don't want grandkids. They're too young. Too young to be parents at such a young age. Oh, you 70. See, you're young. Oh my God, you're young. I don't care, Susan. You're still young. And we have to do a birthday for you. When are you going to be 70? That's a special day, Susan. I know you never want to come up on a live. You never have. But I would have loved to do a live to celebrate your birthday with you. You know that. And it's up to you. If you want to do a celebration with you and Cliff and we celebrate your birthday, I would be more than willing to do that. On the other place, I would definitely do it for you if you want. Definitely. We need to celebrate, yeah. So you think about it, Susan. Congrats, Susan. I had a bell made for him. Oh, Joe Durbin. So every year he will have one made every year, but I still spoil him. Oh, that's nice, Dragon. That's really nice. My oldest grandson is having an oldest granddaughter. Has a boy. He's going to be a year in September. Oh, nice. Susan, but I want to celebrate your birthday, Susan. You think about it, okay? If you want us to celebrate it, I will definitely do a live stream for you and celebrate your birthday. So you think about it, you ask Cliff. Cliff knows how to do all this stuff. And we celebrate your birthday together on the live stream. December. Okay, well, think about it, Susan. Unless you want to do it yourself or you don't want to do it, I'm giving you the option. If you want to do it, we will celebrate your birthday, and if not, that's okay too. It's just I've celebrated Misha's, I celebrated Lisa's, so I celebrate my friends' birthdays on here, and I will do that for you. Definitely a blessing. Let me switch the butterfly purr again, you guys. So we're all chatting here, and I'm on for about an hour, and then I'll get my booty off. I got some things to do. Let's go to that stage again. I gotta feed my butterflies, the babies. I just got them. At this point, I've been switching every single day. I never had to do that before, but because I have so many, and I don't want them going hungry. And you can see, look at how it's wilted. The leaves wilt. Yeah, we had fun, right, Susan? So yeah, you think about it, and I'm here for you if you want to do that. To celebrate in December, that would be awesome. I don't have a problem with that. I think that would be fun. There's my little babies. So this has been so much fun this year. I can't believe I had this many. It's so cool. And like I said, I'm going to try to get enough so I can give everybody one. It would be, to me, it's be an honor to release them under my friends' names, you guys. Honor. And then I'll do the same thing next year. I'll release whoever comes to the channel or whatever. I'll release them under. Even if I release one every year for you guys, like if you came next year and you're here for me when I do the things, then I'm going to release another one under your name next year when I get more. Draco, what month is Grand due? What month is the baby due? So, anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm honored. And Juana, beautiful thought, Miss. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to come, Juana. Not that you have to come all the time, but I would love to release one under your name too. But to be fair, I'm not gonna just pick names. I'm going to do it. Whoever comes to the channel, after I get the 10 done. Well, that's what we're going to do, Leanne. After I get my 10 released, then the first one to come on the next live stream, after it gets born, I'm going to release it under the very first person that comes to my live stream. And then if you have one under your name, then the next one gets released under the next person that comes in first on the next live stream, and so on and so forth until I have everybody that comes has one out there if they want one. And if not, that's okay too. Because you can always have more than one released under your name. No big deal. So happy to get you so many years, like seeing your son. Oh, I'm ecstatic about it, Susan. Very happy. If I could find some more eggs, like I said, I don't want to count anything yet until they're hatched because I've lost a couple. One died, and a couple babies I can't seem to find, so they might have died because they're so tiny that I can't find them. So until they get to be a butterfly, I'm not going to name any of them until they're born. Juana says, I love your garden content. Thank you so much. Juana, I'm excited. I don't know if you heard me, but wait until you see the container gardening because I know you're on your own in the van and all that. And I was doing these videos especially for people that don't have areas to grow things. And I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to show you the 3. You should see the 3 that I knew that worked out was these little teaspoon tomatoes in a 5-gallon bucket. I'm showing you. I never went that far before, and I don't know. It takes so long to do a video because of it, but it's going to be cool to show you this tomato, this particular brand of tomato. Yeah, I'm gonna show you 3 things. You'll see the video, and I'll show you how 5-gallon buckets. Hey, Rachel. Hi, honey. Good morning. 5-gallon buckets work good. So these teaspoon tomatoes were new to me this year. I've never grown them. So I grew. I'm going to do a video on how to grow it but then there'll be another video on how I did it in a container. So they both worked. They work really good in the ground, and this sea spoon works really good. Yeah, yes, small containers, things made, yeah. Well, they're not, this isn't dwarf. You'll see it turned out pretty big, if anything, because I fed it. The ones in the containers have to be fed, and I've said that all along. If you want more production in containers, you need to add something to it, and I did. I found a really cool thing to add to it. So it shows you that. It shows all the stuff. So the containers for the little tomatoes are doing good. The Japanese pepper, which tastes like, I thought it would taste like a jalapeno, it doesn't. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I'll try that too. I'm going to try different things to see what works in containers, because I know people need that. And then I got proof to what works, because if it doesn't work, I don't show it. I experiment, and I only show you what's going to work, because why bother showing you what doesn't work? I can tell you on a live stream what didn't work, but I'm not going to do all that video stuff and it doesn't work to show anybody. So if it works, but it doesn't work too good, I'm still going to show it. And I'll give you an example of that. I have now proven, I did a video from Supreme Poppy that I bought, the seeds. Poppies are extremely hard to grow. The germination rate is really low. I even put them in the ground to see if they would grow, and they really didn't grow. I got one out of it, one of all the work I did, but wait until you see how gorgeous it is. The Supreme Poppy is if you get it growing, you're going to love it. It's a beautiful plant, but you got to get it growing. And the other, the Japanese pepper, and another thing I grew is the beans. There's a certain kind of bean I bought, and those things are growing really tall. I didn't see, the flowers are out. The beans aren't ready yet, so that video is going until I can try to get the whole beans down. Once the beans grow, then I'm done. I'm done with the video with it, because I want to show that I actually took it from a seed, put it in a 5-gallon pail, kept it fed, and then you should see how tall it is. And I also pull off the dead leaves, and it's tall, but it hasn't produced the beans yet, but it's produced the flowers. So the next stage is going to be producing the beans. So yeah. You have 4 containers. Oh, I separate them even more, Rachel. They're separated by size, because what happens is if you put eggs with these ones, as they get bigger, they can actually eat the eggs, because they don't mean to. They're just chomping on the food, and as they get older, they'll eat the eggs. So, or the babies. So I have to separate the babies, the eggs, everything gets separated, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to get eaten by the bigger caterpillars. So you have to separate them. You have to. So, this is, again, this is the first year I had this many that I'm learning, and I'm telling you what I do, because I think it just makes sense to me. So they're all in different size containers, and as they become the same size, then I'll put them all together, but they have to be around the same size. So it is a lot of work, because you have to separate them, and then I have to put them in a container, and they can't go all in the same container unless they're near the same size. The 3 of them are going out soon, but I'm trying to hold off on putting them out in the netting, like the butterfly netting, until they're all hatched. So I have to hatch 8 more. 8 more gets hatched. Then I'll move these 3 out into the butterfly container, and I will just keep feeding the smaller ones till they get this size, and then do the same thing. The batches will be all together. So I'd like to find some more eggs, since I have all you guys. I'd like to have everybody have a butterfly released. I'm trying. I need 10, and once I get 10 done, then I'm going to do you guys. And for now, I don't have anybody for next year either. I might have a couple people I want to add to my list next year, but all my family will be done after the 10, and then I might add a few more, one of my sisters later on, but right now that's at 10, then you guys, and then next year it'll be up for my channel, whoever comes and is interested in this stuff. So that's what I'll say. I'm going to keep moving the videos around so you get an idea what I've been doing. So it's very exciting to me, Rachel. It's super exciting this year. Look at them all. There's 9. Very, very exciting, guys. Very super exciting. So, oh, look at the sign. I wanted to show you right here when it goes back, because it'll repeat. I have these videos on loops. But my neighbor, my neighbor knows how much I've been doing. My neighbor knows how much I've been raising. Look what he did. He cleans like houses or whatever he does for a living. His part-time job, when he takes things down or whatever. So if he finds anything, he keeps it, and sometimes he gives us the stuff. And right here he found, it'll repeat, I'll show you in a minute, the butterfly flag. I forget what it says on it, but he gave it to me. He said, I saw this and I thought of you, and so I thought this was really cool. Right there. It's going to go to the right. Where'd it go? It's going to go right. You should be able to see it any second. It'll show you the flag I'm talking about. To the right. Let's see. It's up on the... I know it's here somewhere. I'm trying to see. It comes up in this part. Right there. Right there to the right. That butterfly flag was given to me just a few days ago. Because he had cleaned and found this flag. And he said, I thought of you. And so I went, well, so we put it up in the garage. Well, my husband was excited to put up in the garage anyways. And it's cool. I might actually do a little bit coloring to it. I might actually put some paints on it after I'm done. Take it down. Yeah. Hey, David Rice, you're so nice. Hi, buddy. All right, so let's go to my today. Here's Bruce the butterfly, or Brucette, whatever. That's yeah. So it's kind of cool that if I get my name as the butterfly queen, maybe not a queen, but whatever, a butterfly person, and given stuff to do with the butterflies. My neighbor gave me something for my butterfly garden, so I am getting things, and as they see what I'm doing, I did film another one. I wonder if I should. Maybe I'll put it on the next one born. I'm gonna find you another video. I just filmed it yesterday. Was the monarch in my garden. There's a monarch, and it was landing on the, not just the milkweed. It went to the milkweed, to the butterfly bushes I have, to the zinnias, and it went to all these things in my butterfly garden, this monarch, and I filmed it to bring it here to show you guys that part of it. So I might actually, the next one born, I will show that I'll have two here, but then I'm also going to put that clip on there so I can show you how they're enjoying my butterfly garden, the monarchs going around all over there. So this is fabulous. So like I said, I'm really excited. I'm hoping, I don't know what next year brings me, but if it brings me as many eggs as I am getting this year, like I said, I'm really thinking of doing a butterfly house outside. I just have to figure out how it's going to be safe for it to breathe and for it to not get chewed by... if anybody got any suggestions, please tell me how to build a outdoor butterfly area that's safe against rodents, because my friends had them outside and in the garage. That's why they're hanging, by the way. I hung them so that no mice, if a mouse get in my garage, they'd have to swing to get to it. So I have them all hung that way purposely so that they can't eat any of my caterpillars. But she had them in the garage, and the mouse got in the netting, one of these nettings, and ate the caterpillars. And I've also seen it where I saw that they did a netting outside, and the mice got in and ate the caterpillar. So that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid that happening. Mice hate Irish Spring soap and peppermint oil. Oh, maybe that's an idea. That's an idea, Leanne, to put that in perspective. You know, I got a lot of peppermint oil. Oh my God, I got a freaking huge bottle of it to try to get rid of gnats, and that didn't work. But anyways, that's a whole story. Don't get me started on the gnats. I won't be able to stop. But I did. You know what my solution now for getting rid of gnats is? I hate to tell you, I'm going to film it one time. If it ever happens again, I should have showed you guys how gross it is. But my snake plant, which I worked really hard to get a new baby snake plant, I started propagating that last September, and finally I have a plant. Well, anyways, the gnats got into it, and boy did they get into it. It was like infested with them in that plant. And I went, how am I going to save my plant that I worked so hard? And all this sprays almost killed it. All this stuff I tried over and over, it didn't work. Even the last one I tried didn't seem to work. So I said, screw this. I took it outside. I took them out carefully out of the dirt. I washed them down. I washed the container down thoroughly, and I threw the dirt outside and bought some brand new dirt. I checked the dirt, the soil, that it's nice and clean. There's nothing wrong with it. It was all dry. There's no sign of it. Put that in, put it in, and my plants now are doing not too bad. I gotta wait for a little bit for them to root better, but because I did that, that solved my gnat problem, is switching the whole pot with new soil that's not infested with it. But if I would have showed you the infestation in that plant's dirt, you would have died. No wonder why I was like, they were going up my nose, and it was like so gross that I had to pull all my stuff out in the garage, get rid of all the plants, and still it came back in with me after I did all that. I've lost a lot of plants from the spraying, well, all the chemicals of all these big channels say, oh, to get rid of gnats, do this, 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 this. I followed many of them, and all of it did not help my situation. So my solution right now is to take the plants out, separate them, clean all the dirt out, re-put it with good, safe soil, and that is the solution I have right now that helps with gnats. That's sad, but it is the way it is right now. That's what's working for me. And it does frustrate me when I think about it. That's why I said, don't start me. I started myself on it. But it does frustrate me when I see these big channels saying, all you got to do is do this, this, and this. Spray it once, and then test the area first, and then spray it again. And, oh, it's wham, wham, bam. It's all clean, and there's no issue with it. Well, screw that. That is totally freaking wrong. And I should show you what all those methods gave me, except irritated me to see people telling you lies on channels that are big channels of gardening solutions. It drives me crazy because I hate to tell you, I'm not a liar. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to lie to you and say it works. That I won't. I mean, maybe that's why people get scared away from me, but I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm being honest, and I always am. You ask my mother, that's what scares people, I think, my honesty, but you know, that's just the way I am. And I'm rambling on, so be careful. All right, guys. What time is it? Did I been on for an hour? I got to put my thumbnail back on. Yeah, I've been. I have to. I'm going to put the thumbnail. We'll still chat. And any of those who follow me to my other place, I'm coming on at 6 tonight because I'm working on a project. I am finishing my project, and you'll see. I already put an announcement already up there, so. Susan, honestly, if I showed you all the, and remember, I know you meant well, you know I tried the stuff you told me to do because it was supposedly that's supposed to work on it. And I did that. I did the solution. I can't pronounce the word, but you know I did that, and it didn't work. Yeah. Well, it's not, well, it's kind of a mini envelope, but yeah, that's finally in, that you put that. I showed my grandson your Monarch. Oh, that's great, Juana. That is absolutely great. If it's a lot of work, but I will really. Actually, I got a question to ask you. Somebody said Misha's not here right now, but Misha had said, "You guys tell me if you think I should do this or not." Okay, I want you to know. I know there's only like 6 or 5 of you, but oh, do you have a garbage disposal? No, I don't have a garbage disposal. No, I don't have one. What did you get rid of? Oh, I think I'm talking about gnats on that, Rachel. I'm not positive. What I want to ask, I got to set an alarm. I want to ask you guys something. I am thinking of doing, before it's too late, I'm thinking of doing a video on how to transplant the milkweeds, because Misha asked me that. Did you do a video on it? And I said no, and I'm thinking, because literally I have to go to my Tim Hortons and film where I'm pulling it out of and digging it up and bringing it to my garden, because I do need some more for next year to come up. One actually transplanted well and one died. No, I got rid of the gnats in one thing. They're still in my house, but I got rid of it in one plant there, Rachel. I'm just saying what I've done so far successfully that worked so far, and I'm going to switch all my plants to new soil, and I think that's going to help me out a lot. So yeah, I want to know, do you think that would be a good video to be interested in? Because I'm really wanting people to grow common milkweed, and to do it, the seeds are really hard. You think so? Because the seeds are really hard. I've tried growing milkweed seeds, and it's not easy to grow. Trust me. I tried. I tried 2 times. The only thing that was successful for me is to literally transplant it from one area to another one, and by the following year it should come in really nice, just like this. Well, I want to get my thumbnail, but just like this one here. This is from transplanting it last year. I got a video on showing you what it looks like. I already showed it, but I got it right here. I'll just put it on for a second. See, that's my milkweed that I transferred last year, and then it comes up and it's grew really well. It doesn't freeze here. It has to die off. If it doesn't die off, don't throw it, because it's not, they have a disease to it. I'm trying to think of the word now. A parasite. They have a parasite. It has to die off, guys. Any of the milkweeds have to die off, or it has a parasite, which actually, when the eggs are hatched, they're eating the leaves, which has the parasite, and it could actually do damage and kill the babies, or it'll transfer it to another eggs, and we'll continue having bad monarch butterflies that will die off because of this parasite. So I don't recommend it unless it dies off. Yeah, I get it. I just don't. It's okay. No, truck man is in the background. Nope. Oh, you talk about, and here he is. Oh, I have the voice on here, do I? No, I don't have a voice on it. I was trying to take the voice off, but he was in the background when I was filming some of this stuff. If I do anything in the garage, he's always in the garage, so if I don't shut the sound off, you'll probably most likely hear his voice on some of my videos. Let me see. I'm just trying to see the thumbnails here. Alright, so again, I will not be back on until another one's born. That's what I'm going to do. The next one born, I'm going to come back with the next butterfly, and we'll check it out, see how it's doing, if it's healthy and everything. So I'll film that one, and I'm also going to try to put up the butterfly one for my garden, so I can show you how the monarchs react to the zinnia, the butterfly, milkweed, all that stuff. I want to show you that. So that's my next thing to do. So let's see. And I will get into the gardening later on. After I do all the butterfly stuff, then my videos will be coming out on Fridays like they normally do. And I'll probably do live streams and talking about garden stuff after this. Come September about. Let's see. I want to... Yep. Nope, it's not on there yet. I was just waiting to see if I could get my thumbnail back on before I get off. I'm really thrilled, Leanne. It looks healthy, and I keep an eye on it. I'll go check on them, but every day I check on all the babies, every one of them. I have to give them air inside their containers, so I pop open those containers probably 4, 5, 6 times a day, and I check on all of that stuff. Yeah. Well, and as far as notifications, all I can tell you guys is if you're not getting a notification that I'm on, all I can tell you is to look on my channel. If you're interested in coming back and finding out what's going on with my channel, the live should show up on my channel. You might not get the notification, but it should, because YouTube's funny like that. If I do too many live streams, it won't advertise my channel at all. So I've done, if you do, I think, more than 2 or 3 of them a week, then the YouTube does not advertise I'm live streaming. The only way you're going to know I'm live streaming as friends is you got to come to the front of my channel and see if I'm live streaming. That's all I can tell you. If you want to know, oh, am I on now? You got to go to the front and say, nope, she's not there. I hate to do that to you, but that's the only way you'll know if I'm live streaming. Weird about not. Yeah, it doesn't. It'll only, if I live stream more than about 3 times, 2-3 times a week, it will not throw my live stream out. That's what I do, so you will notice I watch more than one. Right. I got you, Susan. I know, like I said, it's not totally your fault. It's my fault, and well, it's not really my fault. I just can't do more than 3 live streams. I'm going to do it anyways, and if you're not here, you're not here. And if you're here, you can always rewatch and leave me a comment that you saw it. That's fine too, whatever you want to do. I have an appointment, so I'll see you later, darling. Nice to see you. Yeah. Nice to see you too, Anna. No problem. I'm getting off. I'm just waiting till my thumbnail switches over, and then I'm going to get my booty off. So that's what I'll say. It's still not on there, but it looks good, though. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it like that. That's exactly how I want it. I want the butterfly on my thumbnail. I think it looks good now. So I can actually say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, I will not be back on. It could be tomorrow. If one's born tomorrow, I'll be on tomorrow. Because they were every second day, one went in as a chrysalit. So I might be back tomorrow or the next day, whatever. Whenever one hatches, I will come back and do an update again for you. So in the meantime, thank you. Thanks. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you guys. Hugs to you all. Thanks, Susan and Rachel and Juana. And even Tim came in for a little bit. And everybody that Dragon and whatever, Rachel, whoever I can name out here really fast. And Peter was the first one in here. Draco's Dragon, Tim's World. Shout out to all of you that came in. Thank you so much. You have a great too. Also, and Leanne. Sorry, Leanne. Leanne came in too. So see you later, guys. And if you're want to join me later on tonight, I'll be on at 6 p.m. I'm going to put the advertisement again right now. Love you too, Susan. Thank you, darling. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.